What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly. The show will help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week, as you can see here, we have a cool little week ahead of us. A couple of small POIs and a couple general mods that are going to help around just normal gameplay. But before we jump into anything, I want to say thank you to everybody. Also, happy Thanksgiving for all my American viewers, and then happy week for everybody who's not. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, hey, sorry. I'll be cooking ribs and a brisket. I don't really like turkey, so we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. We're going to do ribs and brisket. Figure a lot of people do hams and turkey, so we're going to do something like that. But now we're going to go ahead and jump into the mods. And our first mod is called the Rosslyn Chapel by Wormpie, and this is a really neat looking church. I think this thing would go really well with like Darkness Falls or Ravenhurst, some of those kind of like darker overtone type overhaul mods. This would fit really well in because of just kind of how it looks. But this is a really well done POI. Like, I gotta give Wormpie credit with how they built this. Like, so you know how the blocks and stuff work in this game. They put this there, and it from a distance, it doesn't look like it's not kind of floating like it is. It looks like spot on. And then I love the little mannequins there to like portray angels and stuff. There's just so much here that's just really well put together for this POI. Thematically, how they built this could really fit a lot of the darker overtone stuff. But it just looks super good how they built this. The attention to detail and everything that they've done with this is just, it's off the charts. Like, this is a super interesting looking building. I don't know why it's got those two wings there. I haven't been able to figure that out, but it's also not super huge too, which, like, I do like the big POI, so I'm not gonna lie. But this being a smaller POI, it's mostly just big, open, airy type. And this, I've seen a lot of old churches like this that are almost exactly like this. So I really like the attention to detail with that. I love how this all looks, and then you've got these little stairs here, if I can figure out which button goes down. And then you've got this little area here. You've got a lot of bookshelves here. A lot of stuff. There's just, a lot of stuff here that you can play around with. And then there is another section right over here. So you can easily have fun with this little place. And it's, like I said, it's not super duper huge, but it's big enough to have fun with, and that's the important thing. And you could even turn this into an interesting looking base if you wanted to. But it just all in all, this thing is really neat. I just love the way it looks. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next mod. All right, folks. So our next mod is called Smitty's Bunker Assets by Smitty LV / Abandoned World for Models. It's actually really, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to close up. It's actually really cool because you've got 4 different normal doors. You've got a double door, a cargo door, and then some window covers that lets you really build like a better looking bunker. And especially for like hordes and stuff like that, it can look really nice. This is just the double door here. I like the way it looks. It's a little slow on the opening and stuff, but it does look really nice. I really enjoy that. Here is the cargo door, which is super cool. Opens super duper wide. And as you can see how many blocks it is. It's like 3 blocks, so it's not super duper huge. But it is pretty neat. Like, it does look really good. It's got a good texture and stuff to it. Like, I think they've done a really good job. It is kind of wonky, though. You have to click on the frame to get it to close, but I love the way that it looks. The noise it makes and stuff like that. And then here are the windows. This is window 1, window 2, and window 3. And the cool thing is, too, so you see here on window 1, window 2, and window 3, whichever side the hinge is on is the side that it opens. So like for window 2, the hinge is on the right, so it opens towards the right. That's kind of cool. I like that. Like, it looks really good. And I love the attention to detail, making the yellow stripes around. Like, they're really nice looking. This one there, that's so cool. I think Smitty's done a really good job on this. This is door 4. Yeah, door 4, bunker door 4. The doors are labeled really weirdly. It goes 4, 2B, 3B, and then 3, and I'm not sure why. But they do look really good. Hello? I guess I can't interact with the... Oop, there goes. Okay, and then here's another door. And they just look super good. And another thing I like is, like, if this really were like a really good bunker door, those would be where the bars would come out to help secure it. So I mean, it does look really nice. It'd be really cool if there was a way to make the animation be to where the actual handles and stuff spin. But it just looks really nice. Like, I love these for building, looking like a really good solid bunker and stuff like that. So now we've seen what they look like. Let's take a look at the stats. So the doors have pretty good hit points, 10,000 hit points. And it's all the same, so it doesn't matter what door you use. And then you've got the cargo and bunker, or cargo and double doors have more, of course. And the windows have hella good HP as well, so you can use these on a base. I mean, I would save it to be something like, late game stuff, but yeah, you can definitely use these to for a horde base to help give yourself some defense and stuff, because they look really good. I really like it. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next mod. Alright folks, so our next mod is called Guns No Block Damage / Custom Zombie Groups by Fleshes. So there's actually 2 mods built into this one. There's the guns no longer do block damage, they only do 1 or a little bit higher for shotguns, and then a custom zombie group by for like POIs and stuff like that. I don't deal with that, so I'm not going to show that off because I don't know how. But I'm going to show you guys how these guns work. So typically when you're shooting, you're going to be doing block damage. And we're going to sit here and shoot this wall a little bit. So that's the reason I don't like using guns a whole lot on horde bases, because let's get a hammer in here so we can do some... Look at how little damage is actually done to these. Typically a shotgun, especially a shotgun, is going to do a bunch of damage, especially to like wood and stuff like that. It's just going to destroy it. Sometimes that's not a terrible thing, but when you're in a POI and stuff like that, like doing a quest, I hate it when you shoot through and you destroy a loot container or something like that because there's zombies around you and the bullet just, or the shells or whatever, just tears through and just destroys everything behind them. I hate it. I hate it so much. But with this mod, it tones that down a whole bunch. So now it's not as big a problem, especially in a horde base like this. This is set up to be mostly a melee or a range at distance. You're not really going to do too much shooting when they're up close because you're going to be damaging your own stuff. But now you can. This is a big game changer for a lot of horde based designs and stuff like that that involve a lot of shooting, to where if you don't have it set up like this, you've got different stuff, you can damage your base just as much as the zombies do, if not more so, depending upon what guns you're using. This just makes it to where now everything that you're hitting, you're only doing 1 damage to your own blocks, so you're not going to deteriorate them really quickly, especially with shotguns. Shotguns are the absolute worst about it, although I love a shotgun. I love me some shotgun action in this game. However, it can be a pain in the butt. This mod fixes that. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the last mod. Alright folks, so the last mod is going to be really familiar to a lot of you video game fanatics out there. It is the Hitman's Sapienza Church by Bunkhouse, and it's a really cool looking POI. I actually really like the way that this is put together. I love the colors of it. I think they've done a really good job of actually bringing it into the game. Of course, it's not 100%, and I don't have it oriented properly because I just kind of spawned it in to show you guys what it looks like. But it does look really good. Like, there's no denying how cool this thing is, and there's a decent amount of loot here. You're not gonna run away with 2 or 3 vehicles worth of loot, but you're gonna have a decent amount here, and it's a quest POI too, so that's always a plus. But there are, you see here, there is a downstairs area here, and it does fit with the whole Hitman theme. If you guys know the history of Hitman or anything like that, you're gonna recognize a lot of this. Like, it looks really good. I think Bunkhouse has done a fantastic job with this POI, and I'm just kind of breezing through to show you guys everything that's really, really well put together. I think this is probably one of the coolest, what's the word? I don't want to say, like, I just say video game, or otherwise done POIs. Like there's been other stuff I've seen where people have tried to bring in stuff from outside sources, and it hasn't always panned out. But this is really nice. It's really well done. It's not a super duper huge POI, which I also enjoy because you can get in, you can get out. There's a lot of stuff here, and depending upon how you have it set up on your base, you're gonna have a decent amount of loot to come here. And if you've got a whole bunch of these, I said on your base, on your map, if you've got a bunch of these spawned in, you can actually have a lot of fun with these things. This is a really nice POI. I've actually played through and played this on a different map and had a decent bit of fun with just coming through and kind of clearing everything, because it's not linear like most of the vanilla POIs and a lot of the other POIs. This is, it's open. So when you come in here and you do whatever, like, you don't have a set path of which way to go. You just go. So you're like, oh, I've already been looted, I've already looted this, or there's not like, having to bust down doors to go a certain path. You just run around and do whatever you want. And that's why I like it so much, is because it's open. It's not restricted like so many other mods or other POIs. But with that, we are done for the week. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have fun. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.